Hello students. Today in this video we are going to discuss the one-sided error in the books of accounts, and this is the rectification of error chapter. This is the third part, and in this video we solve numericals in which we open the suspense account. What is the suspense account is already discussed in the first part of this chapter, and now we solve some numerical on it. So let's start solving. So first question is rectifying the following errors assuming that such suspense account has been opened. Suspense account is open when you check the books many times and unable to spot the error in the books. So for balancing the balance sheet, we open suspense account, and when after balancing any time you find the error, you close this suspense account. Okay, so let's start. First is good costing 800 purchase from Sachin on credit were omitted to be credited to his account. So the good costing 800 purchase from the Sachin on credit were omitted to be credited to his account. So the entry of this transaction will be we have to enter purchase to Sachin, but it is not credited in the Sachin's account. So first of all we have to credit in the Sachin's account, and on the debit side we will open the suspense account for 800 rupees. Good costing 800 purchase from Sachin on credit were credited to his account as 80. This is the error in which we had credited Sachin but the less amount. So suspense account will be debited from 720 to Sachin account. In the previous video I told you how to find this deficit. Simply from 800 you have to less 80 rupees, that is already entered. So remaining balance will be entered in the books of account. Okay. Now the third transaction is good costing 800 purchase from Sachin on credit were credited to his account as 880. Now there is overstatement because the good purchase is only for 800, but you enter as the 880. So 80 rupees is more credited to his account. So now we will rectify this entry by Sachin account debit because we wrongly credited him by overstated amount, that is 80, and to suspense account. Now the fourth transaction is good costing 800 purchase from Sachin on credit were posted to the debit to his account. So this time we posted in the debit. So now we will rectify by Sachin account debit to suspense account debit to Sachin account. Now why we enter 1600 rupees is good costing 800 purchase from Sachin on credit were posted to debit to his account. Okay. So first of all we have to rectify this entry that debited 800 should be credited, which is wrongly debited, and the 800 that should be entered into the Sachin account is also be entered. Okay. So this wrong entry, for compensating this wrong entry we have to enter 800, and also we have to make a correct entry in the Sachin's account. We have to add back the 800. That's why it enters 1600 rupees. Okay. And the fifth transaction is good costing 800 purchase from Sachin on credit were posted to debit to his account as 80. So this time we have to enter 880. Why? Because 800 rupees goods is purchased from Sachin on credit. So first of all For rectifying, the debit amount, that is 80, should be cancelled out, and the real amount that should be entered into the such an account as 800 should be credited. So both of this amount should be credited. So you know it is posted in such an account, so you don't enter such an credit 2 times. So it is easy to add these amounts and enter into the credit side. That's why the last entry is made. Okay. Now the next question is rectifying the following errors, assuming that the suspense account was opened and ascertain the difference in the trial balance. Credit sales to Mohan 7,000 were recorded into the purchase book. However, the Mohan's account was correctly debited. Okay. So credit sales to Mohan. What will be the entry? Credit sales to Mohan. Write down in your copy. First of all, before solving the question from the video, please open your notebook and write down the correct entry. Credit sales to Mohan 7,000 were recorded to purchase book. So we have to mention that Mohan to sales. Okay, Mohan to sales. But in the purchase book we had entered that. What we had entered that? We entered that purchase to Mohan. We wrongly credited Mohan. Mohan account was correctly debited. So here the confusion comes. If the Mohan's account is correctly debited, then what will be wrongly credited? So it is unable to find that account. So because of this, we open the suspense account and the answer will be suspense account to sales to purchase. Why this entry made like this? It is simple. What will be the correct entry? Correct entry will be Mohan to sales. Okay, and the wrong entry will be purchase to what? We don't know about that, because here in question it is mentioned that Mohan account was correctly debited. Okay, so this purchase which is wrongly debited should be entered into the credit side. This sales which is omitted to be entered will be entered in the credit side, and Mohan account is correctly debited, so Mohan will be not enter, only suspense account will be enter. Okay, like this you prepare your correct entry, and here the solution: suspense account 14,000 to sales to purchase 7,000. Okay. Now the credit purchase from Rohan 9,000 were recorded in the sales book. Okay. However, Rohan's account was correctly credited. Again, make a correct entry. You had to make the correct entry, that is purchase account to Rohan. This is the correct entry, and you make in the sales book. So what will be the entry? However, Rohan is correctly credited, so we don't know what we had debited, but we know we wrongly credited sales. Okay, so this sales will be debited because it is wrongly credited, and purchase will be debited, and the Rohan, because Rohan is correctly credited, so Rohan will be not entered. So what will be the entry in the books of account? Let's see. Purchase account debit to sales account debit to suspense account. Okay. Now another entry is good return to Rakesh 4,000 were recorded in sales book. Good return, it will be the sales return, good return to. it will be the purchase return. You return the goods, so it will be the purchase return, and it is wrongly entered into the sales return book. Okay, but Rakesh account is correctly debited. So you had to make the entry. What is the correct entry? Correct entry will be Rakesh to purchase return. Purchase return. Okay, but the wrong entry is made. We don't know what we had debited, what we had credited, because it is entered into the sales book, sales return book. We made what we made. Sales return to, we don't know what account is affected. So now again we had to open the suspense account. What will be the entry? Suspense account debited to purchase return to sales return. Okay. Now another transaction is good return from Mahesh 1000 were recorded through the purchase return book. However, the Mahesh account was correctly credited. So what will be the entry? What will be the entry? This is the entry. Sales return, purchase return to suspense. And the last is good return to Naresh. 2000 were recorded to the purchase book. However, the Naresh account was correctly debited. So it will be the suspense account debit to purchase return to purchase account. Now you will understand about how to make the quotient of one-sided error and how to open the suspense account. Okay, now this is a question number 17 from your book. There is a difference of 430 in the trial balance. It was placed on debit side of suspense account. Later on, the following error were discovered. Pass the rectifying entry and the prepare suspense account. So first is purchase book was overcast. When the word overcast is written in the book, overcast, it should be overcast means the balance is wrongly increased. So when the balance is wrongly increased, you had to decrease this transaction, decrease this amount, so it will be credited. What will be the entry? Suspense to purchase account. Okay. Sales book is overcast, and when the purchase book is overcast, it is credited. But when the sales book is overcast, it is just opposite entry. What will be the entry? See here, sales account debit to suspense. It is inverse relation between purchase and sale. Okay, remember that. Now the next entry will be good for 800 purchase from Umakant through the enter in the purchase book has not been posted to his account. So it is the error of omission. So suspense account debit to Umakant. Okay. Now next is amount of 500 has been posted to the credit side of the commission account instead of 570. So what will be the entry in this? Suspense to commission account. Why 70 rupees is only entered? Because 500 is already posted and only 70 rupees is remaining. Okay. Now the goods sold to Bharti 4,400 has been posted to account 4,000. It is understatement. So now Bharti is debited to suspense account. Okay. And goods sold to X for 750 were recorded into the purchase book. So there will be entry of X account debit to sales to purchase. Okay. Now the next question is question number 18. In taking trial balance bookkeeping, find that he is out 3,809 excess debit. Being desirous of the closing of his book, he placed the difference to the newly opened account, suspense account, which is carried forward. In the next period, he discovered that the 17,715 received from X has not been posted to his account. So it is the error of omission. So it will be entered into the suspense to X account. Simply you enter the amount. Now the sum of 9,500 written off as the depreciation on fixtures has been not posted into the depreciation account. So the depreciation is not entered to the book, so depreciation to suspense account. Okay. Next transaction is 1,50,000 paid for furniture purchase has been charged to the ordinary purchase. So remember that the purchase of furniture is not entered into the purchase account. Okay, it will be entered into the furniture account, not in the purchase account. In purchase account, we record only the purchase of good which is purchased for the purpose of reselling. Okay. So what will be the entry? Furniture account debit to purchase. Now the next entry will be a discount of 3,742 allowed to the customer has been credited to him 3,648. So it is the expense for us. So it will be debited, but we enter into the credit side. So first of all we rectify this amount, where we enter this amount and the deficit will be cleared. So what will be the suspense account debit to customer? Only 94 rupees will be charged. Now the total of inward return book, inward return, what is inward return? It is the sales return, has been added 900 short. So it will, the less amount which is showing, so it will be entered into the sales return to suspense. See here, this. Okay. Now the next is an item of sales for 5,900 were posted to 9,500 in the sales book. I have already told you how you find the deficit. It is simple, 9,500 less 5,900. Okay. It is quite simple. You easily find the balance. Okay. So 8, 6, 7, 8. Okay, but this we will enter into the box. So it will be entered as a 3,600 in sales to suspense. Now give the rectifying entry and prepare the suspense account. So I had already told you how to prepare the ledger account. You had to prepare ledger account. Simply, how to prepare ledger account? Wherever the suspense is come in the books, the opposite account is posted to the ledger account. Okay. Like suspense to X account. So X account will be in debit. Depreciation to suspense. So depreciation will be here. So this is the total preparation of the suspense account. Okay. Now the last question is question number 20 for your book. That is, the trial balance prepared by the bookkeeper show the difference of 1,006 which is placed in the newly opened account and carried forward to the next year. When the following errors were discovered, the good purchase of 99 has been posted to credit of the supplier is 990. So what will be the entry? Supplier account to suspense. How it is find? Just find the deficit by lessing the amount from 990 to 99. Okay. Next is 75 received as a discount from the creditor were duly entered in his book, but it was omitted to be posted in the discount account. So what will be the entry? Suspense account to discount received. Okay. Please write narration also. Next is sales of furniture. 1400 has been entered into the sales book. Again, when we purchase furniture, it is entered into the furniture account. So the sales of furniture will be entered into the sales of furniture account, not in the sales book. Okay, so it will be sales to furniture, right? Again, the next transaction is 900 due from the customer were omitted to be taken to the schedule of sundry debtors. So it will be entered into the sundry debtors to suspense. Next is goods valued 3000 returned by the customer were taken into the stock, but no entry was made in the book. When there is no entry made in the book, you simply made the entry sales return to customer. And the last will 355 entered into the sales return book has been posted to the debit to the customer who returned the goods. So it will be suspense to customer. Now, necessary journal entries and prepare suspense account. So it is your homework to prepare the suspense account in your notebook. Okay. First, I want to make a clarification that the amount which is given in the question in the above 3809 will be entered into the suspense account, right, as a difference in the trial balance, or in which side, so excess debit will be entered to the credit. Okay, so from this way you prepare the suspense account of this question also. What is the difference will be enter, you have to post into the suspense account. Okay, so here video ends, chapter ends. You had to solve many questions as possible and complete all the question which is discussed in this video in your notebook.